kai tsaye kenan kamar yadda kuke gani dandazon al'ummar jihar Katsina ne suke nuna zanga su da damuwa kan yadda wani ya ɓatanci da zaɓe ya halitta.
This is Thursday, July 2nd, 2026. Good evening, everyone. I want you to remember that Kachala is a jihadist governor of Katsina State who masterminded the killing of the retired General Abubakar. Remember the voice note that leaked a few days ago when the man was boasting, the terrorist was boasting that the security formations, the military, are under his control, that people that the government are sending to come and attack him are his boys. Same in Katsina State, they did not protest. The Katsina people did not even bother about what the terrorists was saying. A lot of things has happened. People are being taxed to these terrorists. No protest. Killings upon killings, ranging from Katsina to Zamfara to Yobe. Every day, people are seen dead on the streets, just like fowls. But no protest erupt. But guess what? As usual, this video you are seeing on the screen, it was a protest that erupted over alleged blasphemy against Prophet Muhammad. So these people said that someone, an individual to say, made a statement, I repeat that, a statement, which is not good, which does not sound good to their ear. And they feel it is against Prophet Muhammad. So because of that, they troop out into the streets. So what made these people to troop out of the street, these people you are seeing, is not because that the terrorists they call bandits are killing people. It is because someone made a statement which they feel offensive against Prophet Muhammad. And these people you are seeing, this protest is along Kofa Soro. Kofa is K-O-F-A-R-O. Soro is S-O-R-O. So Kofa area of Katsina State. So the man that they said that made this blasphemous statement has gone into hiding. You know, I try finding out where the man is and so on and so forth. I see that the man has not been found. So they are protesting, demanding for this man to be killed. I have a problem with the society we are living. I have a genuine and serious problem with this society. You know, the issue is this. I respect every religion. That is because I respect human beings. If you have been following me, you will never see Okocha myself one day talking about individuals. Maybe you are dragging somebody online or you are talking about somebody's life. No, I don't do that. That is because I respect people. I respect people's opinion. I respect people's ideologies that do not kill people, that do not affect other people negatively. Okay? I don't have problem with what you worship, where you stand, what you are doing, as far as it is not against another human being, as far as you are not using your ideologies to kill other human beings, as far as you are just doing your own thing, be going your own way, I don't have problem with what you are doing. But I have a serious problem with this issue of blasphemy and not blasphemy, because this is totally opposite of what the law stipulated in Nigeria, what the law stipulates. And the most funny part of this thing is that in Nigeria, so many people that I thought they are educated, they'll come out to tell you that no, blasphemy law, Shária law is not for Christians. These people are on the streets, not because of a Muslim, because of someone who is a Christian. Remember how Deborah was burned to death? She's not a Muslim. So when you come out to tell me that Shária law, blasphemy law is just for Muslims, that has nothing to do with Christians, I laugh because you don't know what you are talking about. I have a problem with this society. I have a serious problem with this society. How can we go forward like this? No, it's impossible. And this is where my concept was baited, that Nigeria cannot remain consistent. Like this is not sustainable. It's not sustainable. I am not saying this because out of either hatred, either emotion, or political something, or religious something. No, no, no. I am saying it out of solving problem that is facing us today. You see, if we leave everyone in Nigeria to continue to put laws into their hands, everybody will die together. Everybody will die together. I've been warning about that. Some people think and some people believe that, you know, Nigeria has gone a very far. Nigeria has gone far. People have come together, you know, disintegrating the country is no longer an option. But you get married you travel to Europe, you get married to Europeans. You travel to America, you get married to Americans. Even people who travel to South Africa, they got married to South Africans. And when South Africa asks them to leave, they leave. Do you get it? So if you feel that 50 years of mistake or 60 years or 70 years of mistake that Nigeria has made, that is too much for us to bring the solution. Yes, Nigeria, we made a mistake, things are not working, but we have come together for long, so let's continue to suffer. That is black man mentality. That is a black man mentality. That is the way an ordinary Nigerian reason. Nigeria have gone far. Igbos have gotten married to Yoruba. Yorubas have gotten married to Hausas. Same to Fulani, Sedus. So because of that, we should continue to die. That is how black man reason. But we are talking about the ultimate solution to all these things. which will not affect your marriage to other tribes. It will not affect your investments in other tribes. I want people to stop dying because of what has no basis. No, tell me, why is it that these people are being killed for making a statement? I am not in support of someone trying to say something derogatory against another person or other people's religion. I am not in support of that. So don't get it twisted. But in the face of this war we are facing in this country, people are not protesting. Protest is haram to them. You understand? Before even making this video, I was talking to one of my friends who is a Muslim. I was telling him, look at your people protesting. If they are, protesting for bandits killing them, it's reasonable. So all this thing going on is none of their business. They love what is going on, but they don't love when you make a statement that doesn't suit them. So in a society like this, I'm one of those people who have continued to say that I don't want this kind of society. Yeah, I'm not saying it because, because of one thing or the other. I'm just saying it because of the people's survival. We cannot continue to survive this. We can't continue to survive this. So, I want you to understand the power of one match. Matches or a lighter. When you throw even a stick of cigarette, you throw it to the dried bush. Before you know, it could burn down a nation. Just a little stick could burn down a nation. That is influence. For those of you who read your Bibles, you must have understood the parable of the mustard seed or yeast. It has to do with influence. How this blasphemy law is influencing so many people to killing opposite faiths, and no one is responding. ECOWAS court gave a judgment asking Kano to stop the blasphemy law. The Kano state said that nobody can stop them from practicing blasphemy law apart from God. I don't want to be in a country like this. I don't want to be in a country that practices blasphemy law and all those things. You understand? People could say, but your side, they are not practicing it now. And that is why I want my side to have a territorial integrity called a country. No, you can't be in the same country with two different laws entirely. It doesn't work. It won't work. It won't start from Nigeria. We are doing a Heinean hypothesis. Try and error without arriving the ultimate solution. And the last thing I want to tell you is that I am not trying to say that there is any country in the world that don't have a problem. But our problem is more dangerous than every other problem I'm seeing in the world. Right from Gaza to Ukraine to Syria to Libya, the problem Nigeria is facing now is going to be worse than these things. Because I read how everything started in these countries. Nigeria is starting on a deadlier path. And I just pray that we are not going to realize late, because there is a way out of this. There is a way out. If you want to practice Sharia blasphemy law, you have right to do that. Do that in a country that practices Sharia and blasphemy. Not having Nigerian constitution in your left hand, having another constitution in your right hand. So, what about me? For example, I'm a Christian. So, I should invent canon law and use it to start judging people and killing people. It doesn't make sense. And if you see nothing wrong with this thing, you know that you have been bought over. You know your conscience is dead. You know you are dead already. You are dead. When I mean you are dead, you are dead. It's not only someone who is alive that is alive or that is living. So many people are just a walking corpse. So if you see nothing wrong with this, and if you feel that this is not enough for Nigeria to separate so that people can practice what they are practicing in peace. You know what I'm saying is, see, if you are going to any country, if I'm going to Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Iran, I will obey their law. You know why? I know I am leaving my nation. I'm going to another country. I've got to obey their laws. In most of my life, major part of my life now, I've lived it outside Nigeria. You understand? I have visited even more Muslim countries than other countries that practice common law, or maybe Christian countries. I've visited more Muslim countries, ranging from Africa to Asia. So any country that I arrived, I obey their law. There are only few countries like Turkey. There are few Muslim countries that I've been to, and I did not feel that restriction too much. Like I feel free, like I'm still living my word. You understand? But most of them, including Egypt, they're either one restriction or the other. You understand? I have stayed in a Muslim country where you can't enter one supermarket with a woman. A woman enters into the supermarket, you've got to stay outside to allow the woman to come out. That was what we did. In Africa here, it's in Africa here, in Northern Africa. I'm talking about Libya. In Egypt, I visited Egypt not once, not twice. You can't make video calls on your messenger, on your WhatsApp. It was a restriction. Or am I going to say, no, I will look for VPN to bypass it? No, that is your country. I obey your law. I obey your laws because I am in your country. I'm a law-abiding someone. But here we are now in Nigeria. Where do we start from? No, I want make it make sense to me. And outside the country, I obey people's law. If I still come to where I'm supposed to call my country, then I see laws standing in front of me, quoting my death sentence, of which the country's law is not it. This is the definition of partitioning. This is what gave birth to partitioning. And that must be, if it doesn't work, or people do not still convinced about this concept, then let's continue to go. May God keep us alive. Because a lot of people believe that this is just what is going on is just leadership problem. I told people this is not a leadership problem. It is identical and ideological differences. It is an identical crisis, an ideological crisis. These people have their ideologies and it is clashing. No nation grows like that. And that is the definition of a nation. Okay? Going by the definition of nation self, you will see that Nigeria is not a nation. Go and consult your dictionary. So, what I'm trying to say is that the earlier we realize what we are doing to ourselves, the better. Yesterday, I talked about what is it called, these child marriages. Talk about these child marriages, what is going on, what people are doing. A lot of people do not understand where I'm coming from. But very soon, they will understand. You can't say you love Nigeria and allow 14 years children to be given birth without law catching up someone who is doing that. What kind of country do you love? You are evil. You are evil. If you say you love Nigeria, you love 12 years old children being given out for marriage, you are evil. You don't know what you are talking about. So if you actually hate that 10 years old children, 11 years old children, it's not good for them to be given birth to, then you have to call for your separate nation, because these people are not going to stop. That is the identity, that is the ideology. And you being in the same country with them, one day your child or your future children generation will be given birth at 7 years old. That is the consequences of what you are doing. That is the consequences of what you are preparing for. And as like I do say, the reality is going to catch everybody up. It's a matter of time.
Guys, kenan kamar yadda kuke gani dandazon al'ummar jihar Katsina ne suke nuna zanga-zangar su da damuwa kan yadda wani ya kace shi da ya halitta masoya ya halitta da Muhammadu sallallahu alaihi wasallam cikin tattaki da bacin ransu kamar ga yadda wani ya yi matanci ga janibin annabi Muhammadu sallallahu alaihi wasallam a nan cikin birnin jihar Katsina, wanda wannan da kuke gani masoya ne na annabi Muhammadu sallallahu alaihi wasallam daga ko'ina daga sassan jihar Katsina suka fito domin nuna bacin ransu da damuwa akan yadda aka taba janibin da ya halitta annabi Muhammadu sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Kamar yadda kuke gani wannan gare da garin Katsina nan inda wani ya batanci ga manzon Allah, yanzu haka ga yana ana jira a fito da shi domin mutane su yi hukunci a kan shi.
Listen, wonder shall never know. Yes, so yes, not only to help myself, I explain everything. You understand? Because I know how the influence Nigeria. You understand? So now see the way people call the protest. So they see the way people call the protest. Now because of one person, that means that they protest. Because that person he make a statement that does not suit them. So they decided to stop out in protest. Not because of the crying way banning the cry people. You understand? Because one person make one statement. So that make a comment. You understand? So now this religion, all this religion, this thing, that they make this country be the way it be. So you understand? So they need to divide this country, make everybody practice what they believe. You understand?